And welcome to week number 4 of the Visitor Motivations for Selecting and Attending Interpreter Programs. This is the last week. You've done really well. You've gotten through the first 3 weeks. So we started out with having you think about, at the very beginning, why visitors actually attend your programs, or why they don't attend your programs. What are their motivations or expectations? And from our research, we found, based on Maslow's hierarchy of needs, remember Maslow's hierarchy of needs? That they were coming because they have needs met. It might have been safety needs, like the people, women attending the Tornadoes and Thunderstorms, Deadly Clouds program, or they might want to have other kinds of recreational needs, might want to have learning needs. And then we figured out through the mass customization and the experience economy that people attend programs for different reasons, for different outcomes, for different expectations. And once we learned that, then we figured out how we could offer programs for a wider variety of people through mass customization and markets and what. Then we had you think about doing surveys, how to survey your visitors to see what they actually want versus what you offer them, and when they want it, and what kind of delivery method that they want. And now this last week is on marketing and tracking. So once you've created new programs or services or experiences for people to react to, you have to let them know somehow that you have that. So first of all, I asked you to review your marketing plan. If you don't have a marketing plan, then go through the one that is in the book. It'll tell you about things to think about, like demographics and topics and age groups and things of that nature, and how your different groups get their information. Do they get it from TV? Do they get it from websites? Do they get it from other forms of media? Do they get it from your website? So just how do you plan on letting people know that you have a whole new variety of programs and services? And then the last part is developing marketing brochures. I'm sure you have brochures about the various products or experiences or services that you offer. So this last unit is on how to develop a brochure that's actually more effective if you still use brochures. And a lot of museums and parks and historic sites have a distribution company that picks up a box of brochures and takes them out to train stations and chambers of commerce sites and other places to distribute. So how do you track those? How do you know if they're actually working? And so one of the things we ask in the last unit is for you to maybe do a survey when people first come to your park, museum, and site and they check in. You ask them how they found out about you. Was it your website? Was it a brochure? Was it other types of media? Had they been there before? Was it word of mouth from a friend? Because that way you can find out which of the media that you might be thinking about for your marketing is actually working and which ones aren't. For example, we had a client in Scotland spent about $8,000 on brochures. They were distributed by a company to train stations and all kinds of sites all over the country. And they had a coupon in their brochure for $1 off coffee at the cafeteria at that site. Well, at the end of the season, they had gotten about 10 coupons, which meant that not only did the brochures not work, but they actually lost $10 in coffee sales. In other words, their marketing brochures weren't attracting visitors; they were coming because of other sites like highway signage or word of mouth by friends, or they'd been there before. So they spent $8,000 on their marketing and got nothing in return for the investment. So those are things we ask you to think about. To be sure that if you're offering new programs and services, you're offering new programs and services that your visitors actually want. And that will help increase your visitor numbers, it helps increase revenue, it helps increase volunteers, it helps with a lot of marketing efforts that you might be involved in. So that's what week number 4 is all about. To have you kind of think about how you're going to track all of this information. And of course, the week before is once you got the research results, how do you use it? What kinds of programs and services are you or your staff or your volunteers willing to do? There's nothing more dangerous than only having one good idea. So it's good to sit down with people and talk to them about, this is what visitors want. How can we better serve them? So I hope you found this last week to be useful and interesting. And I hope you stay in touch with us. We have more courses that we teach, and hope to see you for other courses in the future. So enjoy week number 4 and have a good week. Bye bye.